So we're rolling. Today's topic, order of operations, which has nothing to do with actually operations, setting up an emergency room schedule or anything like that. It, of course, has to do with math. You hopefully are familiar with order of operations, so let's jump right to it. You have certainly heard the word PEMDAS. It's not really a word, but the mnemonic device PEMDAS, which helps us to remember our order of operations. P stands, of course, for parentheses. So whenever we're doing this, we always start with what's in the parentheses. It's kind of an internal problem within the problem. Then we go on to exponents, and we'll talk about what exponents are and what they mean, but we do those next. Then we deal with our M, our multiplication, followed by division, and we'll talk about what order those need to be done. And then lastly, we do our addition and our subtraction pieces as we go. So that's the order of operations. Try to make them all roughly the same size for you. There we go. So parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Those are the order that we do our operations in according to experts. So why is that the order? How did that come about? Who, if you took a second, who decided amongst the people on this group, on this page, who decided that the order of operations would be that? Somebody vote for the Aztecs? Or the Mayans, I guess that's what they are, because that's the Mayan number system. Oh, great. No, thank you. I don't want to do that. No. Witches? Maybe not. Ben Franklin? Highly, I don't know. Or William Shakespeare? I don't know exactly who actually did, but the point is it was an agreement that was made, so that was sort of standard process, sort of like we drive on the right side of the road in every state in the United States. Not like in some states you drive on the left. Of course, in Britain you drive on the left, but there's an agreement. So mathematicians a while back agreed that we have to have some standard way that everyone's going to attack these problems, so that if we're solving a problem in the Soviet Union, Russia, we get the same answer as if we're solving it in Rhode Island or something like that. So it's an order of operations situation. I put the little arrows over multiplication and division and addition and subtraction because you do multiplication and division as you come to them from left to right. If you come to a division problem first, you do that first. If you come to a multiplication, you do that first. You get rid of all your multiplication and division stuff before you move on to addition and subtraction. Okay? So just a real simple problem. If we keep the current color screen, that's great. If we move on to this move on to a problem like this. We don't have any parentheses, so we don't need to worry about that. I don't see any exponents. I do see a multiplication symbol. That's this right here, so we ought to start right there. What I'd suggest as we're starting off is just write down what's going on. The 3 didn't change, the plus sign didn't change. We ended up doing 4 times 7, which is 28, minus 5. So we're left just with that problem. And we've just got addition and subtraction. We've got them in the order from left to right. So let's start with addition first here. 3 plus 28 is 31. 31 minus 5. And then we just do the subtraction. 31 minus 5 is 26. So order of operations, start with multiplication and division, if you don't have any parentheses or exponents, and then go on to some addition and subtraction. So parentheses, do they make a difference? Notice, same 4 numbers, 3, 4, 7, and 5, using these problems, but now I threw some parentheses in. So according to our order of operations mnemonic, PEMDAS, we ought to start with the parentheses first. So we've got to deal with what's inside the parentheses. So 3 plus 4 is 7. Then this becomes 7 times 7 minus 5. Moving on, we don't have any exponents yet. Then we go on to multiplication and division. 7 times 7 is 49. 49 minus 5 is, well, let's see, 49 minus 5, I guess that's 44. Okay. So if parentheses don't make a difference, then no matter which way we use these numbers and insert the parentheses, we'll get the same answer. But I'm here to tell you that parentheses do make a difference. Let's go with a different color just for variety. Blue, great. So parentheses here, got them right there. 7 minus 5 is 2. Everything else stayed the same. 3 plus 4 times 2. It's not liking the way I'm writing today. So now we've got a multiplication problem, 4 times 2 piece. So 4 times 2 is 8. So we've got 3 plus 8, which is 11. So that's not the same as 44, is it? think not. All right, last try on this one, just to drive home the point that maybe you're saying, I get it, I get it, I get it, but let's do it anyway. Parentheses, 3 plus 4 here, 7 times 7 minus 5, which is 2. 7 times 2 is 14, which is not the same as 44 or 11 or anything like that. And parentheses make a difference. So order of operations, deal with the parentheses piece first. Exponents. What's an exponent? What's it mean to be an exponent? What's it do? Okay. Exponent means multiply this number by itself this many times. So when we're looking at 3 squared, that means 3 times 3. Multiply 3 by itself this many times. This many times is once, twice. 5 to the third means multiply 5 by itself 3 times. 5 times 5 times 5. So we're multiplying 5 by itself once, twice, thrice, 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. 5 times 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 5 is 125. So there, that works. So now, back to our little 3, 4, 7, and 5 problem. Let's see if we can make that work out for us. So there's no parentheses this time. There are some exponents, so we're going to deal with those first. 3 squared, we just did it up top, it's 9, right? Plus 4 times 7 minus 5 cubed, we did up top, is 125. Okay, next, we've got some multiplication. 4 times 7 is 28, so 9 plus 28 minus 125. And I need to extend the page a little. There we go. So now we're just going to go through here. 9 plus 28 is 37. Subtract 125. So 37 minus 125 is going to be, well, it's going to be the opposite of 125 minus 37. So 5 minus 7 is 15 minus 7, I think is 8. And then you got 11 minus 3, so it's 88. So we did it in the opposite order, so our answer comes out to be the opposite, negative 88. Okay? So there you have it. Order of operations there. All right, well, last one. So we've got parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction all in one big giant problem that who knows what happens to it. So let's work it through. We've got parentheses. We got to deal with the parentheses. We've got 8 minus 2 times 3. Within the parentheses, I've got subtraction and multiplication, so I've got to roll with that. 2 times 3 is going to be the first thing I'm going to deal with. 8 minus 6 squared. I'm just going to stop there, and I'm going to see what I can do in this next set of parentheses, if there's anything going on here. I've got an exponent there, so that's 4 squared, and I'm just going to cheat a little and write 4 squared is 16. And I've got division right here. 16 divided by 8 is 2. So all of this sugars down to 2, minus, and then I've got this multiplication problem here, which is 12. Okay? So, still got parentheses to deal with. So let's go with it. 8 minus 6 is 2. So I've got 2 squared minus, over here, I've got 2 minus 12, which is negative 10. Okay? Still got, now I've got to release the parentheses. I've got an exponent to deal with. 2 squared is 4. I've got 4 minus negative 10. Parentheses. All right, so we've got subtract a negative. 4 minus negative 10. Minus a minus, whatever you like to do. So I just look at it. I've got a minus. I got the little parentheses. I sort of go, oh, hey, look, if I connect those together, it kind of looks like a goofy little plus sign. So that means I'm doing 4 plus 10 plus 10, which is 14. 4 plus 10, 14. So all of this nonsense up here, and I mean nonsense in a good way, is 14. Okay? You know, the other way to remember the double negative thing, if you don't never do something, the double negative in English is a positive. Think about it. I don't never do anything. What does that mean? I do stuff. So double negative in English is a positive. Double negative in math, when you're when we're doing the minus thing is also. Okay? So, parentheses and exponents are probably about as difficult as it needs to get. Little information for you. When you get a calculators, because there was that agreement amongst whoever agreed, and if you want, you can do a little internet research and figure out when it was agreed to standardize in this order. But calculators are set up to do an order of operations problem exactly in this order, so they get the same answer as you would get doing it out the long way. So, luckily for all of us, calculators are very smart. If you tell it the right answer to the right thing to do, and they'll take care of the order of operations stuff for you. It's good practice for you just to keep in mind, things like what's an exponent mean, what's 2 times 3, what's 3 times 4, to be able to handle some of this stuff without jumping to the calculator. So, that's it. Order of operations for you today. We'll do some work with it tomorrow. If you have questions, you just let us know right at the beginning of class, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something. See you tomorrow.